I wrote a script that basically it browses the page every 15 minutes, it just refreshes, and if nothing is listed, it doesn't do anything. But as soon as the item that I'm looking for becomes available, immediately it will actually send an email to me just to tell me, hey, your item is available, this is the link, you can get to it immediately, so you don't miss out on the chance to buy it.
Hi, I'm Audrey, I'm from Next Academy, and with me here is Jeffrey Soong, alumni of Next Academy, and we are here to talk about some of the really cool projects that he has embarked on after he learned to code. So Jeffrey, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I studied psychology and marketing before this, and after that I actually worked in an Italian dining in an F&B industry for a while, and after about 1.5 years, and I decided to come out and learn coding.
That's great. I mean, it's such a big leap and it's so different from what you've done before. So, you know, what interests you about coding? What makes you feel like you wanted to code?
Right, so I've never really done coding before this, but I did play a fair bit of Minecraft when I was a little bit younger. And back when I used to play Minecraft, what we used to do was we used to build a lot of machines and a lot of contraptions. They are very fascinating. In Minecraft, everything's zeros and ones, binaries. So from just zeros and ones, we created things like password doors, we created things like hexadecimal decoders, we created many fancy machines, and really it's just from there that I really sparked that interest in me, and I kind of learned computational thinking, and I really wanted to get it to a next level.
It's so different, like you said that you actually learned Minecraft, you know, back in those days. And it's very true that I know a lot of people, you know, start learning to code because of Minecraft, and that's amazing, right? So, you know, how did it change along the way? You go from, you know, Minecraft to studying psychology, studying F&B, and then now coming back to coding again. It's really a full cycle. What happened in between?
Really, it's just a lot of me trying out different things. But really, I actually really enjoy, you know, making things, things that actually have real world effect. You know, things that you create and it changes somebody's life or somebody's way of behaving.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting.
Yeah. So okay, so you know you actually came by to Next Academy to study to join our 10 weeks web development bootcamp, right? Maybe you could share with us, you know, your journey here.
Right. I think it was a really fascinating journey from not knowing a single line about code to actually learning so many things. But I think coding is really just one part of the journey around here. I think one of the big exciting part of throughout the whole bootcamp experience was the people here. It's really fascinating that you have people coming in from all around the world to this one single bootcamp, and then they are just like really talented people, right? They come from different backgrounds. Some people already have an existing business, online business, and they are still here because they wanted to take it to the next level. And there are people here who have literally no experience, maybe high school graduates, and they just wanted to pick up something new. And so you have all these people from diverse background with different life experiences. They come together. They come to share what they have learned along their life, and it's really inspiring and just like exciting, fascinating to talk to them.
Yeah. I think that's really one of the key points of a bootcamp, meeting like-minded people from very different backgrounds, which you otherwise would not have met, right, in your own social circle. And not just that, when everyone starts sharing a bit about their background, it exposes everyone else about new things that are out there. So basically, you're in a place where, you know, iron pretty much sharpens iron, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and everyone just pushes each other to do amazing stuff. I mean, I've seen your intake, right? And you guys have ventured into building very interesting things, even during the course. But let's talk a little bit about, you know, you, right? So Jeffrey, you know, I heard that, you know, after the bootcamp, you really utilize your coding skills to the max, right? I heard that you've been building quite a number of stuff. Could you share with us some of those things?
Oh yeah, I've built a couple of web app projects. I've also built a few scripts. One of them is actually called Ami Notifier.
Okay, Ami Notifier, what's that?
Yeah, so Ami is actually a marketplace. I'm basically a toy collector. I collect figurines and statues from movies and comics. So Ami is the marketplace. So what I used to do every day if I'm looking for a figurine in particular is I will actually go to the pre-owned section and refresh the page every day in the morning, or I will do it throughout the day a few times, just to look for that one particular item that may come out,
Yeah.
right? But so after I graduated, what I've basically done with Ami Notifier is I wrote a script that basically it browses the page every 15 minutes, it just refreshes, and if nothing is listed, it doesn't do anything. But as soon as the item that I'm looking for becomes available, immediately it will actually send an email to me just to tell me, hey, your item is available, this is the link, you can get to it immediately, so you don't miss out on the chance to buy it.
Oh, nice. So why didn't you even, go through to the whole purchase journey? I mean, it's possible, right, to actually get your scraper or your script to actually do the purchasing as well.
Yep, so one of these things is because these items are fairly expensive, and also because these are affected by the supply and demand of the market. You rarely ever know what is the price when it comes up. It could be really, really expensive at the time, or it could be fairly cheap. Obviously, it's something you want to take a look and consider before you actually buy it. There's also things like the item conditions.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, so like just another question, like if it's in the middle of the night, what will happen? Will you just jump off the bed just to check it out?
Not really. I mean, my phone rings all the time. I don't necessarily check all the notifications all the time, but it's always good to be updated that maybe there was a thing, there was a time, but hey, I'm only asleep 8 hours a day, so technically I have 2/3 of my time awake, right?
Yeah. So have your Ami notifier, notify you of any particular items that you have wanted?
So far I'm looking for some pretty rare stuff. So nothing has actually come out for me to buy yet, but it's still working in the background at the moment.
Okay, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Yes. Okay, so I heard that there's another really interesting one, right? I saw you posting it up on Facebook. Could you share a little bit with us?
Right. I think you're talking about the visual novel engine.
Yes, that one.
Yes. So basically, a visual novel engine is basically like a graphic sort of novel that you can just click through on the computer, and it's just, they have dialogues, they have music, background music. It's just a little bit more immersive than regular novel.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, what I've done is I used to play a number of visual novels when I was younger, and I just one day thought to myself, you know what? I could probably build a visual novel in a browser. And so I did that, and it worked. And then I thought to myself, you know what? Now that I've built a visual novel in the browser, I can actually make it next level. I can make a visual novel engine for people to build visual novels.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So a lot of times you think about visual novels, it's very graphical, right? It's a lot based off the illustrations of artists. And I think these are very creative people. They tell great stories in their pictures, and it's hard for them to get it out because there's only one picture. And so what I've done is that with a visual novel engine, everybody can create a story without having to know how to code. And so it becomes a platform for anyone or artists. They can just draw whatever they like, and they can put it up. It's a platform for them to tell their stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
So visual novels, those I don't know if like those days when I was young, I open a book and then there's like a song that plays along with it. Each page will be different song. Is that how it is?
Kind of how it goes. In computer, it works a little bit differently because there will be things like background music. So maybe it's a sad scene, a sad music will be playing, and then suddenly you skip to the next scene and it becomes a chasing scene. Then suddenly it becomes very intense.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So basically, with this novel engine, what people can do is that people can choose the songs that they want based on the mood of the conversations, right?
Yeah, correct.
Oh, that's great. Is it out there in the market already, or is it still in the MVP stage? I know it's working already. That's what I know.
The MVP is definitely ready. I'm not deploying it just yet. It's more of a hobby project that I'm working on.
Okay.
There's a lot of touch up to do. I will be actively working on it, but I'm not rushing it. I like to work projects slowly. If it's not in a rushing deadline just because
Yeah.
as you go, you get inspiration. Sometimes you talk to people and then they give you more ideas. It's good to incorporate all these little things to
Yeah.
make it something complete.
I think this is perfect for kids, right? These days, a lot of children are becoming more and more device dependent, and it's nice to actually be able to let them read stories and be able to give them an immersive experience with music and all.
Yep.
And furthermore, I think like for me when I'm reading it, sometimes I do wish that, you know, when I'm reading those chapters, there are like some, I don't know, music behind the scenes or stuff like that. I think that would be pretty good. That would
Yeah,
be pretty
yeah.
good.
I mean, you can imagine, you know, like a car chase scene might play out very differently. In
Yeah.
a visual novel, it's a little bit more immersive.
It's like how, you know, movies, the movies become so, like for a lot of people love to watch movies is because, right, the music, you know, when it's sad and then they play really sad music and the whole experience the music just transform the whole entire experience.
Yes.
And being able, I think, to do that to things beyond movies is definitely something, that we could, I mean, you could actually think about. There would be a lot of potential over there.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, these are like 2 key projects, and I know that you have a couple more. Probably don't have much time to go into all of them. So tell us a little bit more about your future goals.
Right. So currently, I'm just working on working with some electrical components. Down the road, hopefully, if all things goes well, I would like to go into a little bit of Raspberry Pi, a little bit of Internet of Things, you know, smart home devices, and also fingers crossed, all things goes well, I will be able to do some robotics as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
This is so different from what you have studied those days. Is it something that you have always wanted to do? You know, robotics and all?
Yeah. At one point in my life, actually halfway through my degree in university.
Which is your psychology degree, right?
Yeah, my psychology degree. I actually wanted to do mechatronics, but it just wasn't worth it for me at the time because I was already 1.5 years into the degree. I needed to spend another 5 years into engineering, so it was a lot of time commitment. So it's something I couldn't afford at the time. So I decided to, you know what, finish whatever I have, come out. You know, I can learn coding down the road, and I can take it from there.
I think that's nice. You know, what's amazing is that sometimes there's a lot of all these opportunities. Like, I mean, for this coding bootcamp, for us, we see it as a way for people to have a second chance, right? Instead of really, you know, spending another don't know how many years in a full-fledged degree, you know, they would have already have their own studies like you. And sometimes they just want to do something different, but they cannot afford to go for another 4 or 5 years because of time, because of, you know, financial reasons. So it's really interesting to see a lot of people who are like you, who say that, hey, you know what, I want to get a skill beyond, you know, what I've studied previously, and they're using it, you know, aggressively in everything that they're doing, just like you. Okay, one more thing. You know, you have anything you want to share with people who, you know, just want to learn to code or started to learn to code?
Yeah. I would say if people who are just started to code, you know what, be passionate, stay curious, and just do it. You know, like a lot of these ideas that I have, I don't necessarily. I mean, they are already out there in the market, right? Some of these ideas, but it really doesn't matter. You know, like you have an idea, build it, and once you understand the whole concept, and because you have built the fundamentals of it, you can introduce your own original ideas. You can make it the next big thing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jeffrey, for your time. And really, you know, it has been a privilege to be able to actually have Jeffrey back here with us. And what really excites us the most is the fact that he is using his coding skills to actually impact the world in his own ways, right? And I do hope to see a lot more things from you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.